Petri Makinen a chance either, unless he's got the right angle here. It doesn't look like he does. Well, there you're getting a little example of that cue power that I alluded to. But that's a great effort from what looked like a very tall order.
He spoke about his cue power. He's a big guy, but of course you don't necessarily need to be physically big to have cue power. It's all about timing. You think of some of the greatest cue power exponents in snooker: Jimmy White, Judd Trump, thin chaps.
One thing about it, Petri would acknowledge he's far from the favorite in this match, but if he can grab these early racks, he's going to put his opponent under some heat.
Yeah, and that's particularly important against Jason Shaw, because we've seen it repeatedly in earlier rounds that he's got off to a really good start in matches and just pulled away from there. So against Shaw, as much as anyone, you've got to get off to a good start if you're the underdog.
Now, if Petri left. Good shot on the 6, but it may not have availed unless the 7 passes to the top corner pocket.
That's so tight, isn't it? But there may just be a gap. He's having to have quite a few looks.
That 7 has to reach the cushion. It just got there.
And now that it has, that's a pretty good outcome.
Petri is living in Mika Iminen's shadow for so many years. And what a coming out party it would be if he ever grabbed this title.
Well, he's got a good chance of grabbing this rack now.
Oh, shot.
On his resume, the biggest jewel in his crown was when he partnered Mika to the World Cup of Pool Championship.
Yeah, and they put up a good defense of the title the following year, actually. They reached the semi-finals. It's only 2 matches away from successfully defending it. It's not a country that's had massive international success in sport generally. So it was big news in Finland when they won that.
Well, he's going to secure this rack, and that'll lose confidence the world of good. Be able to take a deep breath and settle in.
So he left Jason Shaw hooked on the 7. That was what forced the chance. Makinen has taken the last 3. Just as he did in the first rack, he's potted 2 balls off the break. But got to back it up now.
Well, it's not all happy stories. Great shot on the 1 and worth another look. But that cue ball weaved its way around the table to leave him with yet another snooker. And this one, if he elects to get aggressive, or he can take the cue ball down and should be able to find cover behind those 3 near the bottom right corner. That would be my choice.
Match so far came against Hunter Lombardo. It was 11-7 in that one.
There's a mistake. Overran the intended position.
Yeah, and in the win which followed all those, Corey Jewell, 11-1, he made very few mistakes of any sort. He's made a couple in this match already. This is another one. Oh, well, when you can play recovery shots like that, what does it matter?
Looking at a bank here. Yeah, just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water. Magic. Courtesy of Jason Shaw.
Just like the last rack, it wasn't straightforward, it wasn't routine. He's faced a couple of difficulties along the way. Oh, and just when we were about to start dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that rack, he's gone and missed into that same pocket that he missed into earlier, Jim. And he rattled one in there as well that dropped, so he's having a few issues with that pocket. What a gift to Makkonen. All that hard work Shaw had done. Particularly the shot on the 6. Well, that one wriggled as well, didn't it? But it's dropped in, and Petr.
The angle the cue ball was supposed to take. Carrying into the 8 ball and in no position on the 5.
Oh, great recovery.
Who said he needed it?
Doesn't get phased when things go wrong, which is just as well in this match because it's gone wrong a few times.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one to have to swallow, though, not winning the rack with everything in the open. And position was actually quite easy for a mistake like that from Shaw.
So Makkonen broke dry in the previous rack. He's been sitting down since. It's turning into by far Shaw's toughest match of the championship so far, but he does lead